from the Star People's time, and I have seen it on two other of their worlds. A man? Tsoay surveyed the body critically. It wears no clothes, has no weapons, but it walks erect. It looks like an ape, a very large ape. It is not a good thing, I think. If it runs with a pack, as they do elsewhere, this could be a very bad thing. Travis remembered how those creatures had attacked in force on the other worlds, looked about him apprehensively. Even with the coyotes on guard, they could not stand up to such a pack closing in through the dark. They had better hole up in some defendable place and wait for the rest of the night. Naginta brought them to a cliff overhang where they could set their backs to the hard rock of the mountain, face outward to a space they could cover with arrow flight if the need arose. And the coyotes laying before them with their noses resting on paws would, Travis knew, alert them long before the enemy could close in. They huddled against the rock, Kaydessa between them, alert at first to every sound of the night, their hearts beating faster at a small scrape of gravel, the rustle of a bush. Slowly they began to relax. It is well that two sleep while one guards, Travis observed. By morning we must push on, out of this country. So the two Apaches shared the watch in turn, the Tatar girl at first protesting, and then falling exhausted into a slumber which left her breathing heavily. Travis, on the dawn watch, began to speculate about the ape thing they had killed. The two previous times he had met this creature, it has been in ruins of the old empire. Were there ruins somewhere here? He wanted to make sure about that. On the other hand, there was the problem of the Tatar-Mongol settlement controlled by the Reds. There was no doubt in his mind that, were the Reds to suspect the existence of the Apache camp, they would make every attempt to hunt down and kill or capture the survivors from the American ship. A warning must be carried to the rancheria as quickly as they could make the return trip. Beside him, the girl stirred, raising her head. Travis glanced at her and then watched with attention. She was looking straight ahead, her eyes as fixed as if she were in a trance. Now she inched forward from the mountain wall, wiggling out of its shelter. What? Tsoay had awakened again, but Travis was already moving. He pushed on, rushing up to stand beside her, shoulder to shoulder. What is it? Where do you go? He asked. She made no answer, did not even seem aware of his voice. He caught at her arm, and she pulled to free herself. When he tightened his grip, she did not fight him actively as during their first encounter, but merely pulled and twisted as if she were being compelled to go ahead. Compulsion. He remembered her plea the night before, asking for help against recapture by the machine. Now he deliberately tripped her, twisted her hands behind her back. She swayed in his hold, trying to win to her feet, paying no attention to him, save as a hindrance against her answering that demanding call he could not hear. This concludes the reading of Chapter 6.